What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all see the question on the title. You know how people say, man, hey, man, I give you the shirt off my back. Or you may be talking about somebody who would. That boy give you the shirt off his back, man. He just do anything he can for you. First of all, shout out to people who got that kind of heart, who got that kind of spirit in them, who would, go above and beyond. The question I'm asking now, though, is it good to hurt yourself in order to help other people? Some people will sacrifice their own, well-being and give of themselves so much in order to make sure that somebody else is straight. But you got to be real, real careful when you do that, because the one thing that you don't want to do is put that kind of love into the wrong people. So, because you have so many people that are focused on manipulating and using you, because they recognize that you are the type of person who would give your bottom dollar, your last thin dime. And rather than those people appreciating that, or rather them saying, sometimes they may say, well, nah, man, I can't take your last. Now you got two good-hearted people matched up, and they're arguing over the good-heartedness. Those are two good people. It's like, man, here you go, man. It's like, oh, no, this your last, man, I couldn't take your last. No, man, I insist. No, man, I just can't do that. I ain't talking about them people. I'm talking about the people who want your first, middle, and your last, and they don't care what happens to you after you don't have it no more. They don't care. And will get on their feet and won't even consider helping you or paying you back what you gave to them. So we always hear about on the airplane when they say, look, man, if you're in danger, put your own oxygen mask on first before you put somebody else's on, because if you choking and suffocating and can't breathe or whatever the case might be, you're not going to be really effective in trying to help nobody else. So a lot of times, certain instances where it's better to get yourself established, to get the foundation solid under your own feet before you can help somebody else, because now you're able to do it a lot easier. Now, in cases where it comes to like people with their children, then yeah, if it comes down to a situation where you may have to sacrifice something for yourself in order for your child to have, then, that's totally understandable. The worst type of people is people walking around here, you clean as a whistle, you got on all the latest this, the latest that, and, your child looking like an orphan, but you see that all the time. You see that with people all the time. But I would say don't ever, ever put yourself in a position where you are going so far out of your way to help somebody, to help multiple people in some cases, to where now it's affecting you. I would love to help you with your light bill. You got the cutoff notice. I know, I would love to help you, but I'm not able to right now because my light's about to get cut off. Y'all feel where I'm going? So if you pay somebody's light bill for them, but you're not able to pay, but that takes you from being able to pay your own. Now you sitting up in the dark and you're like, hey, and it sounds kind of, to some people it may sound messed up, but no, you have to make sure that you're secure. Maybe once you keep your lights on, you can strategize something to help them get theirs back on or keep theirs on. But there's certain scenarios where you have to look out for number one, and never let people trick you into thinking that you're wrong for doing that, because people will impose that on you. They'll feel like you're supposed to, especially if you got a track record of being, a really generous person. People recognize that and they start trying to come to expect it and feel entitled to being that way, And a lot of times you will give more than you are able to give and comfortable giving, and to the wrong situations, and then you get caught up. You struggling, you hurting yourself. You done lost your car. You done lost your place of residence. Even in situations that are about time. It's not always about money and actual physical things. There are some situations where you needed to have the time that was utilized. You need to utilize that time for yourself and for what you have to do, and you stop doing what you have to do to go give that time to somebody else for their benefit, and you lose out. You needed to go to that job interview because you had a good chance. It's your third interview and you had a good shot, man, and you feel like you was going to get it, but then somebody calls and said, man, but I really need you to come over here and then you go over there and then you miss out on the opportunity. The best way to really, you can help people in all situations, don't get me wrong, but the best way to really max out your ability to help somebody that you care about is to do everything in your power to make sure that you on feet, that you good, you straight. That makes it easier. And like I said, because some of y'all got the understanding of this Sharpie that I got in my hand, but there are not all instances. There are instances where you will sacrifice, where it's okay, sacrifice, and you got to do what you got to do. If your wife's life is on the line, you don't say, man, I can't help my wife because I might get hurt. It's like, nah, you got to get in there and defend your wife. You got to get in there and defend your child. You got to get in there and defend your mama. You got to do what you got to do. And wherever the chips fall, that's where they fall. In a certain instance, that's called being a real man or a real woman. But y'all know what I'm talking about, other scenarios. But some of y'all wouldn't do that. But that's another story. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. Should you hurt yourself to help others? And what is the timing on that? When should you do it? I'll catch y'all a little bit later on with another one. It's your big brother, K-Rino. Peace and love.